I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going back. Man, I'm never going back. I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm
What's up, what's up, what's up? This is your girl, Rebel Ray, and this is
R. Collins.
And today, we come together. Look, I had to call myself off guard.
Right.
And together we make Against Our Lives podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope your holidays were happy.
Yeah,
and you
I hope
felt
so
love
too.
and you were around family.
Yeah.
Right? We're super excited, but also really taking the time to reflect. And you know, we're rearing at the end of the year. And
it's winding down.
It is time
Quickly.
to really take a seat back and kind of look at your new vision for 2022. Because you guys imagine that we're here. I really thought we were going to be seeing flying cars. I always say that every year.
I thought that when I was younger. Like, I was like, 2020. Yeah, I thought we were going to be living on Mars and everything.
Something. You know, I think the rich people are getting up there to Mars. The really rich people.
That's a rich people thing?
I think it's a rich people thing. I mean, what's his name? Elon Musk. He got up there with his own private shuttle. Do you know how much that takes?
How much?
To have your own private shuttle? I don't know. We should probably look that up. I know it was billions and billions of dollars. If I had billions and billions of dollars, I don't even know how I would act.
Would you fly to the moon if you were a billionaire?
I don't know about flying to the moon.
That wouldn't be an experience that you...
But I always love the deep sea. And I always think there is like this hidden Pangea somewhere on Earth. I would love to just like find a hidden Pangea of like a whole ecosystem that's hidden, some animals we never knew about.
Under the water?
Behind the Earth's core or something like that. You know, because there's theories that there may be a Pangea.
That's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And it takes special equipment to get to those type of those pressures down at the core. And so even below seawater, there are certain things that are coming up from the ice glades that we haven't seen in thousands of years.
Isn't that something?
I know I'm random like that, but what you buy for Black Friday?
I bought things for the business.
Okay. You invested in yourself?
That's all I did.
That's where your black dollars went.
I didn't buy anything else or do anything else outside of that.
I keep telling you, our black dollars, they have power, right?
It does.
We have power. And it was amazing because I said this week, right? Black Friday was coming around. I didn't want to spend too much money, but I wanted to spend the money where I wanted to know that it was going back into a black business, right? An entrepreneur business. And I'm always for woman business. This is what we have to do. And we have to support one another, right?
This is the time for that right now.
I was super intentional on like how I wanted to do that and maneuver and feel good about myself while I'm doing it, right? So it was this thing. I don't know if you all kind of follow Sean King, right? And we need to make sure that we coming in clear on the podcast, you all, because we had some technical difficulties. So we just want to make sure that we're coming in clear. And tonight, we are good. Okay. So Sean King, he was really pushing his things, right? He's all about social justice, civil leader in the community and nationwide. And some of you all don't know him. It's SHAUN King. You can follow him. And so he really talks about just the blatant disparities. He covered the Ahmaud Arbery case, which we'll get to.
Okay.
And, he took the initiative. His clothing line, his social justice clothing line, things that he rock, is straight from Africa, African cotton, African hands
Oh, he's a
prepared it.
black extremist.
No, he's for real. I wouldn't call him extremist.
No.
But what he, if we're talking about this whole social justice and equity and financing and everything like that, we need to put our money where our mouth is, right? If we talking about black advocacy and trying to have equitable chances to have that legacy that you leave your offspring, we got to put into other people.
That makes sense.
Okay, so
that really makes sense.
He got his t-shirt clothing line coming through. You know, his shirts are about 85, his sweatshirts about 85, his t-shirts about 65.
Yeah.
And he had people coming on there complaining about the price and saying that, oh, Walmart does it for $8, right? So he nicely screenshotted online Gucci. A lot of y'all wear Gucci right now. I got a Keep It Gucci shirt. I'll tell you where I got that from. And I got my Gucci earrings on. And a lot of y'all wear Gucci. He was saying y'all wear Louis. And he had up there, he's like, my
and them prices be high.
He said, my sweatshirt is $65, but this Louis Vuitton shirt that don't got a monogram, because a lot of black folks want to show off the monogram.
They do.
They don't want nothing on the low. But basically he was like, that's $3,100 for a sweatshirt. For the shirt is $600, just a plain graphic tee, bro. Like our Against All Odds plain graphic tee. It was, $875. And he was like, now this is prepared by Black hands. So he was very intentional on Black Friday, and I did the same. So I want to shout out to Leopard Legs. Some of y'all don't know, I'm a new brand ambassador to Leopard Legs. I said I wanted to be intentional with my dollars. The owner, shout out to Danny. She's located in Sherwood Mall. And, go bless her with your dollars right now. She had a whole campaign where you could fill a bag for $100.
Wow. Really?
So you can go in her boutique, you can fill a bag for $100, or you can fill a bag for $50. And so this is an ensemble that I got. And Archons, I'm gonna just stand up for a little bit, just to show the little outfit. She has plus size. She has every size that you can have available. I paired it with the little handbag.
Okay.
And the little Gucci earrings, right? And then I put the little, gold chain. The sides have fringes, right? So I'm all about fashion. I've always been about fashion. Art Collins is always about fashion. But very cute pencil skirt, put a little graphic tee, do the little girly thing.
Yeah.
But I'm plugging my Black dollars back into Black business. And I feel good about that, right? And that's what I did for Black Friday.
That's really good.
Shout out to Leopard Legs. Find them on IG, Facebook, and they're in Sherwood Mall. They're right here in Stockton. Got some fly fits. You want something different? Right now, she got a bunch of fedoras in.
Oh, them fedoras be clean.
Woo, you don't have to do the fedora in your throne chair.
I'm going to do one. I'm doing one.
So on to bigger and better things. A lot of things have happened besides Thanksgiving. A lot of you all celebrated Thanksgiving this year. We were with our family. We broke bread and giving thanks. And that's an American traditional value. But I also want to uplift that for our indigenous Native American populations. That was the beginning of a genocide. So, the Wampanoag people were met by the Pilgrims. They were colonized and they were gentrified and genocide out, right?
Yeah.
And so if we don't tell it, history will repeat itself because it's whited out most of the time. So I always want to uplift that even though we give thanks because someone gave. Come on, somebody.
That's what it's all about.
Ooh, someone gave.
That's what it's all about.
Before we got here.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
So Ashe, and I would be doing, I think, my family a disadvantage, my bloodline, who comes from Seminole Nation on my mother's side, who comes from Choctaw, and Cherokee Nation from my father's side, real deep bloodline and the indigenous bloodline. And so we always want to give homage to the ones that gave a lot.
Okay.
They gave a lot. With your Punjabi self. A lot of people don't know Art Collins is Punjabi. A lot of people don't know that.
I am. I have some traits for sure.
Yeah.
She put me on blast.
So, and I think that's beautiful.
No, it is.
I think that's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Is to celebrate every essence of
Mhm.
you, right? So on giving thanks, we're very thankful of the verdict that happened in the Ahmaud Arbery case. We really kept a close eye on that. We really didn't really talk about it as much because it's kind of hurtful, right?
It's a very hurtful
You
thing,
saw modern day lynching happen.
especially after all these years of living it over and over again.
Right, right. And the whole critical race theory, I don't know how much theory you need to express that Black people have
Mhm.
been going through this for years. But there's no theory to us. Driving while Black, jogging while Black. I've been pulled over while jogging while Black in a certain neighborhood. I had all Black on. I don't look cute. I'm not one of those that have super makeup on. I sweat. I get it in when I work out. And so
And they still pulled you.
they pulled me over because I assumed looked like a perpetrator that was in the area. That's what I was told.
That's what they always say.
Right. Yeah, you look like
You fit the description.
you fit the description. That's what they told me.
That's where that
and
profiling comes
They
in.
pulled me over with a light. They were in the car. I was jogging. So things happen in real life. The Ahmaud Arbery was just so profound. The case was so profound, like all the other cases. To see this young boy hunted down the way they did on some vigilante things, right?
Yeah.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay with the whole vigilante because if we were to take arms up and be on some vigilante stuff, it'll be a lot of people that would get scared.
It would be bad.
I'm just gonna say it.
If we were to get arms, just arms alone, it would be bad. And group up.
That year when Black Panthers went up to the Capitol armed and made a stance, that alarmed a lot of people.
They don't like that.
So we have to be cognizant about everything that's going on. And they were able to be convicted of murder, all three of them. And they went after was it the district attorney that tried to cover up in the beginning? Yeah, she didn't try to bring them to justice or something happened. And they're coming after her now. And it's unfortunate because when you go to turn for justice, you expect that. You expect justice. And we saw this man get killed on TV. But what made it even further, the audacity, was to speak of this man and his long, dirty toenails. And listen, somebody, I was fed up. I was looking at the thing. I said, I know the defense didn't say what I thought she said. That was too much for me. I said, the man is gone. He's gone. And you talk about his long, dirty toenails? He was running for his life. Pleading for his life.
But that's their way to try to humiliate him.
And break his character.
By making it seem like they're trying to prove a legal point.
Mm-hmm.
But they shoot little indirect statements because they know the nation is watching.
Yes.
So, let me shoot this out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
they send secret signals to.
They do. And a lot of times it's like you just sit there and the code switching that happens in the courtroom it kills the person all over again. A lot of people don't know, but gossip is an abomination. A lot of people don't know that. Why do you think gossiping is an abomination?
Gossiping can tear down empires with just words.
But gossiping
without a weapon being
all day long,
fought,
it can be your mouth.
It can destroy an empire.
And gossiping to me, like, it continues. So even if you get ahead of the narrative and you say that's not what happened, you address it, you try to smash it, it just continues. And it continues to kill your character. It continues to kill all kind of things that come after you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we gotta practice what we're saying. A lot of us were dismayed on the case with Rittenhouse and how he got off on all of the charges scot-free. And again, we are living in a dangerous time when a young white boy can be dropped off in the middle of a protest for civil liberties, walk down the street with a long barrel gun, and then say out of self-defense that he killed two white people. It wasn't people of color.
What kind of message is that sending to
That's
the world?
sent a big old message to the world.
Like that.
And that's
Man,
that's what I said. What I said. This is real, y'all.
it really is.
This is real. What we live in. The blatant hate, the blatant separation, and now he's up. He's going to be getting. He's up. Someone nominated him for a Congressional Medal of Honor. I can't make this up. I can't make it up.
Are you serious?
I can't make this up.
Wow.
Somebody look it up. And I forgot the
Here,
congresswoman.
let me grab the laptop.
Yeah,
I'll
go
be
ahead.
right back.
Grab the laptop. The congresswoman who gave him the nomination really is standing by that. You know, he was protecting himself. He went out there to assist the police. He's always been a great steward. So, you know, a lot of those things, it hurts to hear that someone is rewarded for murder, right? And any way you look at it, it's devastating. It's devastating because even if the protesters being out there, you are not in your mind when you're protesting, because I've protested before, you're not thinking about that you'll be able to be killed, right? And it was just a horrible situation in America. But you know, shout out to the ones that have really been doing the work, the ones that really, really love social justice. They want equality, and they have love for the people, and taking that opportunity to just pay homage to the ones that gave their lives, that were out there, that said no more to the blatant disrespect and the coded language that racism often has, the institutional racism that we see in America. And a lot of people, they want to say, oh, you know, using this critical race theory, using racism, it's just dividing us. Well, guess what? I agree. But some things, the very foundation and the essence of racism, they still need to be addressed. You know, those belief systems that we often see that come into our systems, our institutions, it is still very much ingrained, and those things need to be taken care of. They need to be addressed, and there has to be a solution where we decrease the ongoing disparities of Black people in this nation. And so, you know, that's my spiel on that. So I'm glad, R. Collins, that you were able to come back and join us.
Yeah. Got that.
But I was just telling the audience, like, you know, that's my spiel. That's my spiel on reflecting on the year, and just loving one another, being very diligent, right?
That's what it's about right now. You know, I think if at this point, if we're doing anything outside of love, with everything that has happened in the world with Corona and all this, like all these things that God is showing us,
yes,
on how close He is to return, like I think we tripping. Like, you know, that kind of energy is something that, you know, I used to be around a lot. And after a while, you know, you start becoming like that.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, you just negative. You're not growing. You're not building. You're not, you know, because we're so focused on the negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a like a washer machine effect. It's a cycle that just keeps going and going and going and going. You know what I mean? Unless we say, you know what, I don't want to live like this.
And I'm gonna be honest, right? just to give a little bit of perspective, I love the young people. But if you can't respect the ones to do it before you, then why bother? And the way Rittenhouse, when he talked about the president saying it was very shameful, the president was like, this is not right. You shouldn't have been laid off the way you did. And his reply, he had such a high-minded, privileged, way of what he was saying, and the crying for me.
Mhm.
It was the crying for me.
Yeah.
The turning on and off
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh no, it's some type of personality something going on there.
Right.
I don't like diagnosing nobody, but I'm just saying it was a lot for me.
You're
to take
right.
in.
You're right. You're definitely right. I mean, it's
The
it's a
sobs and the
personality
crying.
disorder.
Is it? Thank you for saying that, because
It is.
that part
I met a lot of those.
when you were formerly incarcerated,
Yeah, a lot of those. And
didn't want to take accountability.
yeah, a lot of people don't. There were times that I didn't want to take accountability.
Wow.
Taking accountability helped me to go through what I needed to go through, because I knew that, okay, I deserve pretty much what I'm going through, because I'm the one who put myself in that situation. And that goes with anything, I mean, like, if you take self accountability for the way things are going in your life and say, you know what, I got to think about what's going on, and do I want to keep allowing this to happen?
Somebody.
Now, you have a choice.
Mm.
God allowed us to speak the word just like him.
Right.
He said, let there be, and there was. So, I mean, we're not going to be able to go and create no planets, but we can create our own world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With love, happiness, peace, joy.
All of that.
You know what I mean?
That pursuit.
Surrounded around us, it is a choice.
Yes.
And when that negative gift, for Christmas, it's going to be a lot of gifts coming to people, and if you unwrap that gift, and if it's negative, and you indulge in that, guess what? You're going to become what you unwrap.
Let me tell you, it's about practicing what you put in your atmosphere too.
Mm-hmm.
Our Collins and I, we want to drop this information because we got a lot of stuff that's popping off, and we forget to plug our own businesses.
We do.
But our Collins and I are feeding our displaced families and our families that are homeless this Christmas. And so if you all are watching, you want to donate a toy, or we'll wrap the toy, or if you want to gently wrap the toy, we're taking coats. We're taking anything that we can give to these individuals.
Yes.
And we're also going to be giving them a small meal. I cook, and that's my thing. Those are my love practices, right? My things that I do for people. Those are my acts of love, or is part of my love language. And so I really, truly believe that. And so if you want to be a part of that this Christmas, please contact us at aaopodcast209@gmail.com. You can go to our website. You can message us on Facebook. We're open to volunteers. We're going to have it here at our event center. And so that's going to be in partnership with the Black Chamber of Commerce, the San Joaquin Black Chamber of Commerce. And also, shout out to Balloons Over Bullets.
Shout out to them.
Balloons
DeMar.
Over Bullet, DeMar Johnson, Brittany Bobain, Uche. They are major event planners that are going to be happening with Christmas City this year. A lot of you all who are native Stocktonians, of Circuit City. If you don't know where the old Circuit City is,
that was a while back. That's the old UEI.
You're not a real Stocktonian. But the UEI building in the parking lot across the street from Weberstown Mall, they'll be having that parking lot lit up on December 11th. They'll be bringing in snow for Stocktonians. It is a citywide free event. Our Collins and I will be there. Let's go. Clap it up, heart it up, heart it up.
Yes.
Now, how we going to be there is funny. Are you ready?
All right, go ahead. I'm ready. I'm
Our
just as about as ready as.
the People's Empowerment Center, our nonprofit, and Against All Odds, our podcast, we do a lot of different things and we partner a lot in the community. And so our Collins will be the Grinch this year.
I'll be the Grinch, okay, but
You're gonna be the Grinch.
I'll be a happy
this
Grinch.
year.
I'll be a
you
happy
gotta
Grinch.
get into character. The kids love the Grinch.
Oh, they do.
They love that hope.
I know how to get into. All right, you know.
Give me your
Okay.
presents. and
I'm
your
taking. I'm
cookies, too.
snatching presents,
All of
cookies.
All of that. And so
I'm
we're
like,
gonna be giving
Is that
out.
your cookie? Give me that.
We're gonna be reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I will be Mrs. Santa Claus like I am every year.
Reading books.
We're gonna be reading, and we're also gonna be giving hot cocoa and cookies to the kids to come in. So we're gonna be stationed in little 10 by 10 tents. They're making it little cottages.
Okay.
And so Art Collins and I will be there in our throne chairs. We'll be reading to the kids. He'll be interacting with the kids. It's going to be wonderful. So we're going to be doing that December 11th. Please come see us.
Yes.
Come support. Again, if you want to give anything to that initiative, we are open to your donations. We appreciate everything.
And in the next few days, we will on our website post donation links. So if you just so happen to not, are able to come or be a part here, you just want to, donate and give a helping hand, you can do that via
For sure.
online through those links.
For sure. And we also know that the holidays are approaching very soon. We have two more. We have Christmas and we have New Year's. If you're looking for a dope event center, please go to our website. Can you drop our website, Art Collins?
So you can actually go to Against All Odds. AAO Event Center on Facebook and on Instagram. There will be a link there. If you want to book an appointment to come and check out our facility and see, we have, the event center here, and we have a sister location down the street.
Yeah, so we have
dope patio,
dope patio,
music and bar.
open roof.
Mm-hmm.
We have the bar. Ray and Jay is mobile, so if you do need a bar here for your holiday experience or Christmas parties, a lot of you all are looking for places for your corporate Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
Plug Against All Odds Studios. We're very affordable. We clean up and we set up.
Yeah.
And we let you come in and do your thing. So the bar is always available if that's something that you all do. And drink, again, it's a business. We grew up very, very much Pentecostal, where we didn't drink. But I understand that we're business individuals, and so that happens.
We
to
understand.
Be one of the business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gotta put the disclosure out there.
We got to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? But we understand, that people have fun differently.
Yeah, people have fun differently. We have a full-fledged sound downstairs, surrounding TVs, music. We have throne chairs for rentals. We'll have space for a photo booth, all kind of things that you're needing. It's going to be here in this event center, and it's very affordable, you guys. So just reach out, please, before we get all booked up. Please. Space is limited, so definitely. So we got to plug ourselves in a good way. Shout out to everyone that's really been coming through and supporting us.
We really appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys. We're coming around to the new year. We have great expectations. We're going to be dropping expectations. I don't know why you always. I don't know why I got a speech impediment.
I'm always catching them words you do.
Always.
We got to rewind. Expectations.
And so around the new year, we'll be dropping our highlights for our new podcast. You'll be able to see and meet. They'll be on the set with us the first week and around the new year.
Yes.
And they'll be starting shortly that second week. And so we're super excited for our podcast editions.
We are. And then we have a podcast Against All Odds podcast opening up in Southern California. So, that's going to be a great addition to what we're doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we love networking and
all day long,
having fun with you
All day
know, with
long.
our people, you know, and that's what's, you know what I'm
We
saying?
need that. And it's all about building,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can have a vision, but if you don't execute that vision, you don't make it plain, no one can't follow it. It can't be replicated. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're about replicating and exploring and expanding because
Expanding.
because we ain't doing this for nothing. I'm just
We're
saying.
not, hey, we're not doing this for nothing. Let me tell y'all something. You know, me and Rebel normally only talk about stuff like this, but I'll just give you guys a hint on, you know, yeah, you know. So the Bible says, despise not small beginnings,
Mm,
right?
Ashe.
You know, and there's also a scripture where Elijah, he sent a servant to look at the sky to see if it was going to rain,
Mhm.
up to like 7 times,
Mm.
because his servant said he only saw like a cloud the size of a hand, you know, and he didn't believe it was going to rain, but he kept sending them back to show him, hey, you know, that little small cloud you're seeing is about to grow into something great big thunderstorm, and it's going to pour down a bunch of rain here, you know. So what I'm saying is, you know, if you have an idea, if you have something that you have started out with, you know what I mean? Do not keep going, keep pressing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because see here, our our expectations are high. We're talking
Yes.
about getting network deals. We're
Yes.
talking about, you know, moving
Keep
higher.
going. Move
You know what I'm
higher.
saying?
Yes.
You know, so the goal is not to look at what's going on now.
Yes.
It's to see where we're going.
Yes.
It's to see where you're going.
Yes.
It's to see how long it's going to take you to get there.
Yes.
What is your plan? What is your vision?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And how are you going to execute it? Right.
Man, that's the biggest
Right. So
execution.
we have brand architect Charles Johnson. I call him Sir Charles Johnson.
Sir
because
Charles
he's so
Johnson.
elegant. He's so classy. He is a native of Stockton. You know, we had him on the podcast last week. He was dropping dimes. And that stuff is for free. So just imagine when you pay him, how you getting set up.
Yeah.
Right? He's setting up your brand. He's setting up strategic planning for your business. He's writing up business proposals. He's telling you where to go get the capital. He knows all of those things that are interconnected. When you have someone that's interconnected with the banks, with the money,
That's
like,
the key.
come on, show me the money. At the end of the day, the almighty dollar makes things happen.
That's the key. It does. And like anybody who wants to debate that, you're wrong. I mean,
So
like,
we're super proud that we're going to be partner up and soliciting his service. We don't just necessarily tell you what to do. We follow what we say to.
We do. You know, believe it or not, like y'all don't even know. We're working hard behind the scenes. Like sometimes when people are, you know, sleep, counting Z's, we working. You know, like some of y'all. I know some
16-hour days for me every day.
I know we got some folks out there that's doing the same, that's working hard behind the scenes, you know, and really nobody know how hard they're working or what they're doing. But guess what? They're building and they're growing into something.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to start somewhere.
All
so
day
you know,
long. And you got to open your eyes. You got to open your hearts, right? But you know, I want to slow down for a little bit, and I want to always say, around the holidays, it's hard for people.
Yeah.
Last year, we lost a lot of people. Even though it seems like it's a small percentage, we lost people that were very close to us, who meant a lot in the world. You know, rest in peace to young Dolph. He really made an impact on the younger people, right? You know, the resting eight that lost their lives at the concert.
Yeah.
And all the countless lives that have been lost due to gun violence, due to just violence, right? And this COVID virus. So we've had a lot of ups and downs, as humanity would say it, ups and downs in life. And we have to learn how to reflect and also pay attention to that too. Right?
Yeah, you got to self-program.
Yeah.
And self-programming comes from, you know, I mean, like all of that, what you're saying is horrible. First of all, you got people dying in concerts. You got just all kind of chaotic things going on around the United States, and these are things that we take in all day,
Yeah.
which inhibits fear,
Yes.
frustration. Then we go to the soap operas that, everything
The
ain't,
movies.
yeah, everything
It's a
ain't
lot
right.
of so on Netflix. Love Netflix, and I love the supernatural. I love fantasy, and I love sci-fi. There's a lot of dark magic stuff on Netflix right now.
It's a lot, too
Yo,
much, too
man.
much.
So your girl, I cook my collard greens. Y'all know something about
Man,
my
they were
greens.
good.
Listen, Rachel know how to cook. I just look like this somebody.
Wait a minute, you look like you don't know how to cook. Is that what you're saying?
Listen, all the time. I get it all the time.
People say that
People say that
you
you
have a
don't know how to
look that
throw
you
down.
okay.
You don't know how to throw down. I'll be like, you just don't know that half.
I didn't know there was a look, a cooking look.
Well, you ever
So
seen
is it like
people think I'm bougie for whatever reason?
I'm playing with you?
No, I really gotta explain this because the shade that our culture would throw. Like, who cooked the mac and cheese? I'm not touching everybody's potato salad.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you wash
Hey,
your
they'll
greens?
say it loud too.
No, they'll say it loud. They're like, how you wash your greens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a person.
You don't
wash
think
their
that's a
greens
fair
in
question?
in a bathtub.
Don't
listen,
say
let me
that.
tell you something.
I already
You
have a
don't
hard enough
ask
time with greens.
McDonald's. You don't ask Carl's Jr. You sure don't ask In-N-Out how they prepare their food. You go through the drive-thru and you get your food, right?
Well, I think because people know
Huh?
that there's a McDonald's process that they gotta abide by.
Please,
They know that
please.
the private sector,
Stop it.
those in their
No.
own homes, in the private of their own homes, they don't have a private
Can I say
process.
something? You did
You know
not.
what I mean?
Do you remember that series that
You
had
just
all the
getting-
fast food? It was a documentary on what they do to your food and you process your food and how they do your food and stuff. How they talked about McDonald's meat not being real meat, bro.
Yeah. Did you see that Facebook post where dude burnt it and it didn't burn up?
Did you see the Facebook post where he left the fries out on the counter and them things didn't rot? They didn't grow no mold. They didn't do nothing.
Mm.
They stayed in transition like they were stuck in time.
That's
I said,
horrible.
oh no. And so all of that is going into your body. All that processed food, I try not to do processed food. It's hard on my body.
It's man.
And let me tell you,
Eat it late night. You're gonna have a hard night.
all of you health fanatics out there about collard greens ain't good for you. Let me tell you the amount of vitamin K, fiber, and everything else nutritional value that's in collard greens. Don't ever let it fool you. When they talk about, you need to eat kale instead. Collard greens got as much or if more than kale. Same thing with your mustard greens. So go ahead and cook them all. Now when you putting all that heavy salt and pork and all of that,
Adding the unhealthy stuff.
Y'all lay off of that a little bit, right? I did pork greens this year for the house, and then for everyone else because everybody don't eat pork.
Okay.
I did smoke turkey parts. So I went to the deli.
Are those big like the turkey legs?
Yes, they're the big turkey legs, the wings.
Oh.
And so I make my stock first. That's the magic about it, right? Sister Nelly taught me some things.
You marinated in the stock?
I boiled it to the point where it was falling off the bone. That's how you know the meat is ready. Then you go on ahead and put your seasonings. I do my onion base. You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of sugar. Don't worry about it. Sister Nelly taught me that.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little bit of sugar in there. Put your seasonings.
You ever put sugar in spaghetti?
All day long.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
People eating up my food. It ain't always healthy, but but I do know how to cook healthy when I need to. I'm just not happy.
Don't tell people that.
Because I'm a healthy, curvy cook. Look, I ain't gonna call myself fat. I'm a healthy, curvy cook.
So what kind of healthy dishes do you know how to cook?
Well,
just a couple.
Okay, there's always braised chicken that you could do with rosemary. You don't have to do seasonings. You don't have to do sauce.
You don't?
No, you could do herbs. A lot of people don't understanding your herb palette, what the importance of that is. I'm a caterer. I learned from
your
the
herb
best.
palette.
Your herb palette.
That's interesting.
And it will change your palate. A lot of us crave salt. A lot of us crave sugar. If you can get your sugar intake low, your palate will change. If you start eating cleaner with leafy green whole leaves, your palate will change. Your stomach will will regulate, your emotion will regulate, you'll have more energy.
I agree with that.
You won't be too sluggish. Even if you back off the alcohol, the starch that's in alcohol is amazing and what it does to your bloodstream.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
It's not a good thing. It dramatically changes the chemical balance of your body immediately. You ever see why at Thanksgiving you eat all that food and you go comatose?
I always wondered that.
Yeah, that's too much sugar right now.
Mm.
Your body is actually working overload to cut down all the cholesterol, calories, sugar,
That I'm
cinnamon,
consuming.
nutmeg,
Eggnog,
all that stuff that you
cornbread
got-
stuffing, all of that
butter.
mixed in one, butter,
My godmommy, she used to say,
Tabasco sauce.
I said, godmommy, am I putting all this in here? She'll do a pound of butter. A pound of butter, look,
Mm.
a pound. That's a lot of butter. She'd be like, go ahead and
That's-
put that in there. And then
They
she,
believed in that.
yeah.
Because my grandma used to have a whole oil can. She
The
used to save the
real-
oil.
The real salted butter. Don't come in here with no, what is that? Margarine butter. Don't do it. That ain't real butter. But real Southern cooks are like that. You know what I mean? And other places are like that too. That use that.
Wow.
That's funny. But y'all never said anything about Sister Nellie's pies, did y'all?
Man, them pies are screaming.
Y'all ate
Tear
all
them
them
pies up.
Shout out to Auntie Carol, Danny. She was on Facebook Live talking about the cake. This cake that Gil done made is disrespectful. She is so funny to me. Like she needs her
Wow.
own sitcom. I'm telling you,
Wow.
she's hilarious. I was watching her. She said she ate the cake. And she just up there talking about the cake is so disrespectful. Listen, when you put a piece of cake in your mouth and it melt on your tongue,
Mhm.
let me tell you something. Just sit right there.
Man,
Sit in that a little bit of heaven.
in that
Right.
little bit.
But you
of
better
it.
get up and walk after you get done.
After that, huh?
Oh my God. God is
But
good.
God is great.
God is great.
You know,
Thank you for my plate. That's what my auntie used to say.
God is good. God is great. Thank you for my. That's a good one. That's a good one.
We're thankful in our hearts.
We are.
And we want you all to remember to be diligent and steadfast,
Yeah.
unmovable, in love. Lead with love first.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Love your brethren. And we don't got a lot to say today. I think
Yeah.
we're reflecting
We are.
where
We
we're
are.
at right now in our businesses and our family.
Mm-hmm.
Go after and find inner peace.
Find it. Don't let nobody
Find your
take that
peace.
from you.
A lot of you all are worried about that you didn't have money to shop because you're recuperating from coming out of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you all's money did stop. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like you got to break your bag, even when Christmas is coming up.
Yep.
Get what you need for your kids. I'm gonna tell this.
Use wisdom.
I'm gonna use wisdom.
Mhm.
I like that, brother. I'm gonna tell this funny story and we're gonna get going. I don't know. It was a comedian I was listening to, and he said, I think it was Cat Williams. He's really wise. A lot of people want to dismiss him as crazy, but he said, I don't let my kids stress me out about name brand stuff. He said, you go to the dollar store, you can get 15 items for the price of one. You remember that skit he did? He said, I'll buy the off-brand cereal, the multi-meal, and he said, I'll get a brand box and I'll shake the multi-meal cereal, the off-brand cereal in there. They don't know a difference.
Dang.
But he brought context.
It's true.
Right. He brought context to just living in the minimal and not trying to pair yourself up with the Joneses.
Yeah, you ain't got to do that. That's how you go broke. Keep your means low. Keep your, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to look like everybody while you grinding. Grind, keep it low and stack up and make big expectations. Make moves towards that.
There you go.
I feel
and have a goal.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but
that.
I feel that
You making it, bro.
that's a good way to start. I mean,
It's a good way to start.
better not to start at all.
And to love yourself, right?
Yep.
So Shout out to Leopard Legs. Go
Shout
buy. Use my offer code Rebel Ray
Yes.
10. That's Rebel Ray 10. Leopard Legs in the Sherwood Mall. You drop that code, you automatically get 10% off of anything that she's doing. She got a grab bag right now. You can fit everything for $100 or
Yep.
$50. Everything that you can fit in that bag, you can walk out in the store. So
Cool.
yeah, it's major right now.
It's major.
It's major. So y'all need to do those Christmas gifts. Remember us for your next corporate party or your family party get together.
Please do.
We do about 40 to 100 people in this space. And just know that you can rent out this set anytime you would like to do any recording sessions, studios, or podcasts.
Mhm.
You can have this set. You can bring in your own decorations for the set
Your
and
own
your
theme.
own signage, right? So we're about supporting the people. Let's move on up and let's move on up together.
For real.
Shout out. Let's go. Shout out to our family. We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Peace.